In Harry's first year at Hogwarts, he stumbles upon the Mirror of Erised. The mirror is a very old device, and it is said that no one knows who created it or how it came to Hogwarts. But nonetheless, Harry finds it and sees his family for maybe the first time. They're alive and happy. In the movies, he sees his parents, but in the books, he sees more, at least 10 people within his family tree. After the sad realization that no one else could see his family, Dumbledore comes to see Harry. Not only does he explain the function of the mirror, that the mirror shows you what your heart desires above all else, but he leaves Harry with some wise words.
It does not do to dwell on dreams, Harry, and forget to live.
Then Harry does something quite ballsy. He asks what Professor Dumbledore sees in the Mirror of Erised. Dumbledore's response? I see myself holding a pair of thick woolen socks. One can never have enough socks. Another Christmas has come and gone, and I didn't get a single pair. People insist on giving me books. Wool socks. Definitely a curious answer. The line is a clear misdirect from the real answer, and even Harry thought that Dumbledore was not truthful, but he kind of shoved it away because it was such a personal question. So, if Dumbledore didn't see wool socks, what did he see in the mirror? Well, thanks to J.K. Rowling, we know exactly what he saw. J.K. is quoted saying, he saw his family alive, whole and happy. Ariana, Percival, Kendra all returned to him, and Aberforth reconciled to him. Not dissimilar to Harry, he saw a big happy family which he had lost. Yes, the question was extremely personal, but why lie? And lie about socks of all things? Well, I don't think it was a lie. Rather, it's a half-truth. A direct lie from Dumbledore seems very off-character to me. And he's always very selective. All his words are chosen with purpose and with poetry. So where is the purpose in the wool socks? We know from the books that Dumbledore's family is a little dysfunctional, to say the least. Dumbledore's sister, Ariana, suffered an attack from Muggle boys as a young girl, which traumatized her. Ariana was left mentally and emotionally scarred, and her magical abilities were severely altered. They would manifest themselves on rare occasions, and usually in random and destructive ways. In turn, she required constant care from her mother and brothers. Because she was unable to control her magical abilities, she was kept away from the public. But it's worth noting that her magical abilities seemed to surface when agitated. So I think that her mother looked into the Muggle world for inspiration to keep her daughter calm and occupied. The solution? Knitting. There's actually a reference that Dumbledore likes to knit as well.
You mind if I take this? I do love knitting patterns.
It seems strange to think of Dumbledore, a highly intellectual man, sitting there knitting away. I can't imagine that he took up this hobby later on. Rather, I think it was instilled as a child. I believe that Dumbledore took up the hobby with his sister to spend time with her, and the wool socks is a reference to a memory of his sister and the quiet times they shared within the family when knitting together. You might be saying we wouldn't know Dumbledore's backstory until well into the story in many books later on. We clearly didn't know by this point, and you might be wondering if JK had even figured out his story at this point. Whether JK Rowling had Dumbledore's story planned out from the beginning doesn't really matter, because I think this tiny tidbit to wool socks points to the family connection either way. Whether it's Ariana in those quiet times, or the simple connection to family. I don't know about you guys, but me and my family normally groaned when we received socks as gifts. And usually we got them from parents or family, and we never really appreciated them. These socks aren't really given to you because you love socks or you're passionate about them. They're given to you because you need them, and the people giving them to you are trying to take care of you. It's a loving gift from family. Plus, you have to take into account what was happening in the Philosopher's Stone right before this moment. It was Christmas time at Hogwarts. And what did Harry receive for Christmas as a present to signify family? Yes, he did receive the invisibility cloak that used to be his father's, but he got something else as well. He got a knit sweater from Molly Weasley, and every single member of the Weasley family got one as well.
What are you wearing?
Oh, Mum made it. Looks like you got one too.
This knit sweater wasn't made for Harry because Molly was concerned about getting him something for Christmas, but rather because he is now part of the family. That knit sweater is meant to keep him warm through the cold winter, much like those wool socks that Dumbledore describes. All of these point back to J.K. Rowling's confirmation that he saw his family and his sister in the Mirror of Erised. I love the possibility of the socks being a tiny detail only Dumbledore would understand, and I like that it wasn't a lie at all, just an ode to when life was a little less bleak. So do you agree? Do you think Dumbledore saw those socks because there was a reference to his family? Or is there another connection that I'm missing from these wool socks? As always, thank you so much for watching, and a massive thank you goes out to my patrons. With your support, it makes it easier to make these videos. So thank you Adam Gray, Jeremy Jacobs, Jenny Edwards, Jeremy Robson, Gabe Marchanda, Trevor Cowan, Gunnar Legland, Colleen West, Gerard Galifa, Estet Hamzaj, Marco Perry, and Roland. Again, thank you for your support, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.